Good morning, my dear students. Now, in today's lecture, we shall proceed the running exercise. In the previous lecture, I think you have been told about the exercise 1.4 and up to question number 6. Let us continue the exercise. We are going to start question number 7 onward. Question number 7 is given. Instruction is, if a set is given, B, A, B, C and D are given, then we have to find different operations. Different operations. So let's see, you know how to find the intersection. So we are given 7th, set A is given. Just if the set is given in set builder form, so you can write it in roster form. So set A is given x such that x is a natural number. See, natural number 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on goes to infinite. Now set B is given. We have set x such that x is an even natural number. We have 2, 4, 6, 8 and so on. Set C is given x such that x is an odd natural number. We have 1, 3, 5, so on. And set D is given x such that x is a prime number. We have prime number. So we have 2, 3, 5, 7, 11 and so on. So we have written all the sets into set builder form, and after that we have to write different operations. So the first part we are given, C, we have to find A intersection B. A intersection B. A intersection B means what are common in A intersection B. So we have to find A intersection B. Let's see what are common in A and B. So we have in A all natural numbers. In B we have all even numbers. So what are common? We have 2, 4, 6 and so on, which is equal to set B. Is it? Similarly, we have to find A intersection C. A intersection C. Common in A and C. Again we have in A all natural numbers. In C we have odd natural numbers. So what are common? Odd are common. So we have 1, 3, 5, 7 and so on, which is equal to set C. Is it? Now similarly we have to find A intersection D. A intersection D. So in A we have all natural numbers. In D we have prime numbers. So what are the common? All prime numbers are common. So we have 2, 3, 5, 7, 11 and so on. All prime numbers are common. So it is A intersection D. Similarly, you can find B intersection C, you can find B intersection D, you can find, so all other parts you have to find yourself. Is it? So you can write yourself. Now I am coming to question number 8. See question number 8. What are given? In question number 8, we are given which of the following pairs are disjoint sets. Let us recall disjoint sets. Two sets are said to be disjoint sets if they have no common elements. If they have no common elements, means if two sets A and B are, and we are going to find A intersection B, if A intersection B is phi, it means A and B are called disjoint sets. Otherwise it is not disjoint. So we are given different sets. Let's see. We are given first part 1, 2, 3, 4. Let A is a set 1, 2, 3, 4. B is another set. We are having x such that x is natural number, 4 is less than or equal to x is less than 6, means including 4, 5, 6. So how to check whether they are disjoint or not? Simply we have to find A intersection B. So we find A intersection B and we see clearly 4 is common in two sets. So 4 is common, which is not phi, which is not empty set. So not disjoint. Is it okay? Now in second part, let a set A is given A, E, I, O, U. A set B is given, suppose C, D, E, F. C, D, E, F. We have to check whether the sets are disjoint or not. So what to do? Simply we find the intersection. Let's see. A intersection B. A intersection B, see clearly E is common in these two. So we say this is not equal to phi. So not disjoint. Clear? Now in third part you are given x such that x is an even integer and this is an odd integer. Something is common in even and odd. So in third part, let A is, we have 2, 4, 6, 8 and so on. B we have 1, 3, 5, 7 and so on. When we are going to find the intersection, means A intersection B, we see it is phi, nothing is common. So these are disjoint sets. Clear? So this is how we check whether the given sets are disjoint or not. Let's see another question. Question number 9. We are given different sets and we have to find the difference of sets. Like A is given 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. (15), 18 and 21. B is a set given 4, 8, 12, 16. 20. C is a set having 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. D is a set. We have now we have to find difference. What do you mean by difference of sets? Means A minus B means what? The elements of A which are not found in B. B minus C means elements of B which are not found in C. So first part we have to find A minus B. So elements of A which are not found in B. Let's see which are the elements which are not found in B. We see that here we have 3 is not found and 6 is not found, 9 is not found, 15 is not found, 18 is not found, only 12 is common in both. So what are the elements? We have 3, 6, 9, 15, 18 and 21. See, second part we have to find A minus C. Elements of A which are not found in C. See, which are the elements not found? We see 3 is not found, 6 is common. Here 6 is common, 12 is common. 3 and 6 are 6 and 12 are common. Others are not found. So we can write 3, 9, 12, 15. Sorry, not 12. 3, 9, 15, 18 and 21. So this is how we can find the difference of sets. Let's see one more. I am finding B minus A, fourth part. Elements of B which are not found in A. So see, we see the common element 12 is found in both. So leaving the common, other element of B is not found, means we have 4, 8, 16 and 20 are not found in A. Clear? So you can write all other parts yourself. Is it? So we are coming to question number 10, just like question number 9. Tenth question. In 10th question, we are given a set X containing A, B, C, D. A, B, C and D. Set Y is containing the elements F, B, D, G. F, B, D and G. So we have to find X minus Y, then Y minus X and then intersection. So let's see. First part, X minus Y means elements of X which are not found in Y. So we have B and D common, means found. A and C are not found. So A and C are the elements in X minus Y. Second part, Y minus X means element of y which are not found in x. So we see the common element b and d are found here. F and g are not found. So f comma g are the elements in x minus y. Third part, we have to find x intersection y. X intersection y means common in x and y. You see a and b are common. So these are the answer of this question. Clear? Now question number 11 and 12 are very simple questions. I am explaining this and you can write the answer yourself. In question number 11, we are given R is the set of real numbers and Q is the set of all rational numbers. Then what is R minus Q? Try to understand. R is the set of rational numbers. Rational number means what? It contains real numbers. R is a set of real numbers. It is real numbers. Real numbers means what? It contains all rational and irrational numbers. So it has rational and irrational both, and Q is a set of rational numbers. Is it? So what is R minus Q? R minus Q. See, here we have rational and irrational. Here we have rational. So what are the elements in this set which are not found in this set? So we see that all irrational numbers are not found. So R minus Q is set of irrational numbers. Set of irrational numbers. So this is the answer of the question. Can you write? All right. Now let's see question number 12. Given, state whether each of the following statements are true or false. Justify your answer. For justification, you have to write the small solution. Given the first one, two sets are given and you have to check whether it is disjoint sets or not. So how to check disjoint set? If there is no common element between the sets, so it is not disjoint set. I am writing one of them. See, the first one, let a set A, we have the elements 2, 3, 4, 5. A set B, we have elements 3 and 6. So simply to check whether it is disjoint or not, find A intersection B, and we see that 3 is common in these two. So we have 3 which is not equal to 5. So it is false statement. It is false statement. Similarly, in second part, A, E, I, O, U, you are given A, B, C, D. A is common which is not 5. So it is false statement. In third one, we have 2, 4, 6, 2, 6, 10, 14 and 3, 6, 11, 15. So you see nothing is common. So intersection is 5. So it is disjoint set and it is true. So this is how you can write all the answers of this exercise. Is it clear? So we shall proceed to the next exercise. Now we are going to proceed to exercise 1.5, and before starting the exercise we should know about the complement of the set. As I have been you have been told that what is complement. When a set is removed from the universal set, whatever the elements left is called the complement of the set. Repeating, when the elements of a set is removed from universal set, the elements left in universal set is called the complement of the set. So we have to start the exercise. Before starting the exercise, we have to see a theorem which is very important one. Law, De Morgan's law. Before starting De Morgan's law, make your mind clear that if suppose U is a set containing 1, 2, 3 to 10, and A is a set, we have 2, 4, 6, 8. So what I told, how to find the complement of A, means elements of A are removed from U, whatever elements are left in U, that is complement of A. So what is A dash? A dash is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. These are the complement of A. This is written as A dash. A dash is the complement of A. Now check this. If the element is found in A, try to understand. If element is found in A, then it is not found in A dash. And conversely, if the element is found in A dash, it is not found in A. Means any element if not found in its set, then it will be found in its complement. Element is not found in set, then it is found in its complement. If element is not found in complement, then it is found in the set. So make your mind clear. Now let's see De Morgan's law. De Morgan's law, we have two laws. We have two laws, De Morgan's laws. First one is A union B and its complement is A complement intersection B complement. And second one is, if we have A intersection B complement, then it is A complement union B complement. These are the De Morgan's law. We have to prove this. So I will prove the first one, and second one is parallel to first. You can try yourself. Is it? Let's see. I am coming to the first one. As I told in the previous lectures, you have noticed, when two sets are equal, when the sets are equal, it means both are subset to each other. Here A union B complement is a set. Here we have A complement union, sorry, this is intersection. This is intersection. The first one, intersection. So A intersection B, A complement intersection B complement is also a set. So both are sets and we have to show them equal, means both are subset to each other. So how to prove it? See, let A is any element of A union B complement. Means A is any element of this set. So clearly this element is found in the complement. This A is found in the complement. So it means it will not be found in the set. Like therefore you can say A does not belong to A union B, because it is found in complement of A union B, so A will not be found in A union B. So if A is not found in A union B, so clearly we can say that A does not belong to A, or A does not belong to B, because A is not found in union, so it is not found in A or not found in B. And right now I told that if the element not found in the set, that will be found in its complement. So this A belongs to A dash, because it is not found in A, so it will be found in A dash. And it may be, and A is also found in B dash, because it is not found in A, it is not found in B, it means it may be found in A dash and it may be found in B dash. So you see the word and for intersection, it means A is belonging to A dash intersection B dash, is it? And here A is belonging to A union B complement. What does it mean? The A is belonging to this set and A is belonging to this set, means you can say that A union B complement is subset of A complement intersection B complement. This is equation number 1. Now this first set is subset of second set. Now we have to show that second set is subset of first set. So let any other element for the second set, let B belongs to A dash intersection B dash. It means B is found in A dash and B is found in B dash. Converse of this. So we can write B belongs to A dash and B belongs to B dash, because it is intersection, so it will be found in both. So B is found in A dash, so clearly it will not be found in A. So we can write B does not belong to A, or here we write B does not belong to B also. So B is not found in A or B is not found in B, it means B is not in union. So we can write B does not belong to A union B. So if B is not found in A union B, so where it will be found? It will be found in its complement. Therefore B belongs to A union B complement. So here B was found in this second set and B is found in the first set. So we can write A dash intersection B dash is subset of A union B complement. Equation number 2. So see here first set is subset of second set. Here second set is subset of first set. It means both the sets are equal. Therefore we can write from 1 and 2 we get A union B complement is equal to A complement intersection B complement. This was to prove. So similarly you can prove the second one. Very simple. You may take any element of this, so it is complement, so that element will not found in the intersection, so they will not be found in A as well as in B, so they will be found in union. So similarly parallel to this theorem you can try this. So if any doubt you may contact to me, I will try to remove your doubt. Okay. Till then, next lecture we shall start the exercise 1.5 related to this theorem and other complements. Till then, God bless you and thank you very much.